Hello and welcome back to KD's Business Tips. Michael Lapede here talking to you about payroll, and in this video I'm going to talk about filing your payroll returns, your information returns. Now, the payroll information returns, when you file them, a lot of them are called PD7As. That's the term that's used because in every software and of course the CRA, they use that PD7A. And what a filing information or PD7A really means is that it's a summary of the period, and usually it's a month, of the gross payroll, all the deductions of CPP, both employer-employee portions, EI, employer-employee portions, and income tax deducted along with the number of employees. And at the end of the day, that information is filed with the CRA, and that is done on a monthly basis typically, unless you are specified as a different type of reporter, and is due on the 15th of the following month of the payroll, and you can file it in many ways. You can file it online. A lot of people use their online banking. You can even file it through your payroll company, or if you're in QuickBooks, QuickBooks Online files it. There's various ways to file your payroll remittance returns. Then also another thing you need to remember is you got to file T4s once a year, and that is due by February of the following year. Okay? Now this is separate from contractors' T4As, T5018s, T1204s. There's all these other T-slips that are for contractors. There's also T3s and T5s for dividends and trust income. No, we're just talking about T4s only is the only one you need for payroll, and is due by the end of February is when you must file it. Now, if you have foreign employees, there might be some other filings too as well. We're not going to get into that here too as well. But make sure you're distributing that. So not only do you have to file it by February 28th, that T4, but you also have to give the employee a copy, or at least have it in the mail by February 28th again. Now, the other thing you need to know is there's a penalty for late filing. So it's actually $25 a day per slip, with a maximum of $100 per slip, and a total maximum of $2,500 between all slips. So there is a penalty if you file the slips late. So keep that in mind. And also, payroll is audited a lot, so make sure you keep good records of everything you've done, because you will need that. Now, one thing people ask me, well, what if I don't have money to pay for my payroll remittance this month? Still file, because the penalty will at least be a little lower. If you don't file and don't pay, your penalty is through the roof. It's some of the worst penalties and interest are on payroll. So very important that you always file your payroll on time. The last filing you might have to do is more of an EI situation, where you lay someone off, or they leave, or they're terminated, and you have to file an ROE, a record of employment. So that's a little separate, and you can do that on ROE on the web, or web forms on the internet. That's usually almost always the way you file it. And at the end of the day, payroll can be complex, so reach out if you have questions. Become a part of our membership if you haven't. Post in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel. We want to hear from you. Thanks for being a part of our Business Tips. We'll see you soon.